De Moivre's theorem, okay? Use De Moivre's theorem to prove that cos 4 theta equals 8 cos power 4 theta minus 8 cos cube theta plus 1. Once again, the only thing I've learned off by heart is De Moivre's theorem. Look at the angle. That's the only thing we ever look at. So what I write down is cos 4 theta plus I sine 4 theta equals cos theta plus I sine theta to the power of 4. Is everybody with me so far? Okay, first step, everybody's with me. I then isolate the right hand side on its own, and I go about doing the binomial expansion on page 20 of the tables. I look at the first one, I go 4, 0, and I know right away that it's the first one to the highest power possible, which is going to be cos 4 theta. Then I go plus 4c1, leave it all blank, 4c2, leave it blank, 4c3, leave that blank beside it, and then I go to 4c4, and I realise that it's the final one to the power of 4. Now, to stop myself having a load of different stuff here, what I do is I go to the top and I go, okay, I'm going to have to know what I sine theta to the power of 4 is, and that's going to be I4 sine 4 theta. I've already been over this. I4 is what, guys? It's I squared by I squared, which is minus 1 by minus 1, which is 1. So it's simply going to be sine 4 theta. Now, another thing that I know for every question on this chapter is it always goes real, imaginary, real, imaginary, real. Happens every time. Okay? Then I run a system where I take one power away from cos, I add that power onto sine. So that's going to be cos 3 theta I sine theta, and then it's going to be cos 2 theta I squared sine squared theta. Next one is going to be, there's going to be an I sine theta cubed here, and that's going to be I cubed sine cubed theta. And what's I cubed? Anybody? I cubed is minus I, so it's going to be minus I sine cubed theta. So it's going to be cos theta multiplied by minus I sine theta. Okay? And cubed, making sure that they all add up to the power of 4. Now, I go to my calculator, I put each one in. This one's going to be 1, so it's going to be cos 4 theta. The second one is going to be 4i cos cube theta oh wait, the i's already there, so sine theta. Okay, that means nothing there. 4c2 is 6, right? So now this I squared, guys, the I squared is minus 1, so we're going to change that to minus 6. So minus 6 cos squared theta sine squared theta. Once again, real, imaginary, real. Next one has to be imaginary. It's going to be minus 4i cos theta sine cube theta, and plus sine to the power of 4 theta. How many people would have got that far last night? Okay, most of you got that far. Now, what I need to do next is I need to highlight the real ones. So, this is real here, real, real, and real. And lo and behold, it's not what I have just yet. What I would like to do is I want to change it into this here. So, we can see they're not the same thing. Okay, so in order to change 3 of these into the same thing, so we're going to have a general formula down here. The general formula is going to be cos 4 theta equals cos theta to the power of 4 minus 6 cos squared theta sine squared theta plus sine 4 theta. What do we have to get rid of to make this part here look like this part up here? What do we need to get rid of? Sine theta. It's very important to get rid of sine thetas, okay? So, we're going to do up here is we're going to write down a formula that involves cos and sine theta. And the formula we're going to use is this. We're going to use sine squared theta plus cos squared theta equals 1. And then the version we're going to use is to get rid of the sine squared thetas. So it's going to be sine squared theta equals 1 minus cos squared theta. Okay? That will get rid of this one here. It won't get rid of this one here. Anybody can make any suggestions how to get rid of sine to the power 4 theta? Square both sides. And if you square both sides, what happens then? Sine 4 theta on the right. And then on the other side, 1 minus 2 cos squared theta plus cos 4 theta. Does everybody know where I got this one from? It's from multiplying the same bracket out twice. Okay? It's from multiplying the same bracket out twice. Now that that's done, I can substitute these in. And what I'm going to get is cos 4 theta minus 6 cos squared theta into 1 minus sine squared. Oh wait. No, cos squared theta. Cos squared theta plus all of this here, 1 minus 2 cos theta plus cos power 4 theta.
Cos squared theta.
Yeah, thank you. You see there's a lot of fidgety numbers here that you gotta keep an eye on. Now, I'm just going to change this part here. It's going to be minus 6 cos squared theta, right? Plus 6 cos 4 theta. So I'm running out a bit of space here, so what I'm going to do is just alter this here. And it's going to be plus 6 when we multiply those. Plus 6 cos 4 theta. Now, finally, let's do a count. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus the other one? 8. Got our 8 right here. And then we have minus 6, minus 6, minus 2. Minus 8, check. And finally, the 1 is here, the 1 is here. I've proven it, okay? And I'll just put my cos 4 theta here. Now, what we're going to do next is just going to get rid of all the workings I just did. All this here. Now, we're going to use, sine's already proven, is it? Excellent. So, sine 4 theta, which is the imaginary part here. That imaginary part equals this one here. And this one here. So technically it's just a matter of writing it down. Sine 4 theta equals 4. You get rid of the i's. Why do you get rid of the i's?
They're all imaginary.
They all have i's, don't they? So therefore you can get rid of them. Is that alright? Now, I have everything I need already. Everything I need is already in answer A and B for the part 2. Now, there's something that you need to know in part 2 before you begin. Part 2 will involve this equation here. Now, let me show you. There's an equation called secant squared theta. Secant squared A equals 1 plus tan squared A. Now, this all comes from what is secant A, right? So secant A is 1 over cos A. Therefore, secant squared A is 1 over cos squared A. Would everybody be happy with that?
Yeah.
What is secant to the 4A? 1 over cos A to the power 4. It's not actually 4 times the angle. It's technically that there means cos A all to the power of 4. It's not 4 times the angle. It's to the power of 4. Okay. So what happens next then, guys, is I'm going to alter this equation again, and I'm going to square both sides. Now, I haven't actually started the question yet. I'm just showing you stuff I'd already know before I even go to starting this question, okay? So, if I square both sides like I did last time, what happens now? So what do you think will happen now? Next line.
Tan 4a.
1 plus.
Tan 4a. 2 times square root a.
Yeah, you got to multiply it out. So it's going to be 2 tan squared a, and then you're right at the end. There's the tan 4a when you multiply both brackets out, and that's secant 4a. So with this information, I have everything I need in here, and one other thing I need is just to let you know that secant a means 1 over cos a. Okay, that's the box of tricks I have to do this question. Okay, now what happens next is we come in here, and this is the only equation known that readily really converts cos straight into tan very quickly. Okay, it does it really quickly. So, well, I'm going to, once again, from my notes, I'm going to say that tan 4 theta equals sine 4 theta over cos 4 theta. The hence in the question means use my two expressions from the first part. This is at 10 marks anyway. So you put them both down and you say, okay, 4 cos cubed sine theta minus 4 cos theta sine cubed theta. And then underneath that's going to be 8 cos 4 theta minus 8 cos squared theta plus 1. I'd really like you to make on questions 2 and 3, part 2 of this exercise, Connor. There's one thing I'd really like you to make note of. Always divide top and bottom by the biggest power of cos. Do you understand? Top and bottom by biggest power of cos. What's the biggest power of cos you can find? 4. Divide everything, I mean everything, by cos to the power of 4. So this is 4 cos 3 theta sine theta over cos to the power of 4. That's 4 cos thetas, okay? What happens there? 3 of them, trade in with 3 of them on the bottom. Leaves 1 over. Sine theta over cos theta? 4 tan theta. Okay, so this part here, 4 tan theta. Now, what about the next one? 4 cos theta sine cubed theta, once again all over cos 4 theta. What happens this time around? Leaves 3, and then here?
4 tan 3 theta.
Tan theta to the power of 3. Because if tan theta is sine theta over cos theta, you can power the 3 to both sides, and then it'll be sine cubed theta over cos cubed theta is tan cubed theta. So straight away, half our question is sorted out. Now we're looking at the bottom. So on the bottom part, what we have is 8 cos 4. Oh dear. 8 cos 4 theta divided by cos 4 theta. 8. 8 cos squared theta divided by cos 4 theta. 8 over cos squared theta. Yeah. Now would everybody be happy for me to change this into this? 8 multiplied by 1 over cos squared theta, which in turn is 8 times secant squared theta. Yeah? Yeah. Cool. We're all happy with that modification. And then after I change that to secant squared theta, what can happen then? Okay. Then modify it again, and you're going to get 1 plus tan squared theta. And that there, using a rubber or whatever you have to do, just save yourself a lot of writing. Okay? Now, after that, the last one is going to be 1 over cos 4 theta. And what does that equal? We'll put a 4 here, a 4 here, and what's 1 to the power of 4? 1. So this here is going to be secant 4 theta. And secant 4 theta is what? Secant 4 theta is already written up here. So it's 1 plus 2 tan squared theta plus tan 4 theta. Now, okay, now that that's done, what you want to have a look at next is tidying everything up. So all that can just disappear off. And once your bag of tricks are used up, what you're looking at next is we're going to get 8. Well, we're going to get 8 minus 8, isn't that correct? 8 times 1? Yeah. Minus 8. So it's going to be 4 tan theta minus tan 4 tan cube theta. The 8's cancel. That's going to be minus 8 tan squared theta, yeah? Yeah. And is there any other tan squared thetas here? Yeah. There's 2 of them. So it's going to be 1 minus 6, isn't it? 1 minus 6 tan squared theta. And then after that? Tan 4 theta.
Plus 1.
It's here. Okay guys, so that's that one done. I'll just